Hey everyone, welcome to Anchor Watch, our weekly Below Deck chat where we take over Up and Adam's channel to discuss Below Deck and, well, anything Below Deck and really recap the last episode. Guys,
for a year.
We have been here for 1 year.
1 whole year,
What the
everybody. I
hell?
can't believe it, Jason. What
And
the
people
hell
still
are we
show
doing?
up.
I know.
People show up. It's crazy.
And you know what?
It's
More
insane.
people show up. And I have to say, we would not be doing this if our friends didn't show up. Kendra is here. She's so excited. Hello to all of our friends.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Elaine. Hi, everyone in the chat. We're going to get started because we have so much to cover tonight. I'm also going to drop a link for callers later as well. But yeah, we're so excited to have you here. I have so much to tell you about BravoCon, Below Deck.
There's so much. There's new podcasts coming out. There's I've got some stuff. We've got a lot of stuff to share with everybody. I hope everybody has 4 hours available. I think we're going long tonight.
Yeah, well, not too long, It's so funny because you were like, hey, is Adam going to call in tonight? And, we lose Adam around like double digits at night. He's like done because he's up at the crack ass of dawn in the gym, getting ready to do videos and stuff. So he in the chat is wishing us a happy 1 year. So we appreciate that. We appreciate you all for being in the chat. Kelly, I'm so sorry that you've never been to one of these, especially here at Anchor Watch, because it gets a little weird in here. But guys, tonight we're also still taking money for the American Red Cross for those who were kind of, I don't know, affected by Hurricane Ian on the West Coast. So we've actually been affected too, not in that kind of way, but even, we're building a house right now, and that's been all pushed back because everyone is focusing on the West Coast of Florida, and it's still a thing. It's still happening. So we appreciate all your donations. Elaine, thank you for the donation. We've raised, I think, 270 tonight. So awesome. Thank you guys so much for doing that. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Let's jump right in. I do want to push the podcast a little bit. Adam and I started a podcast called Hot Messy Podcast. We stay up there in the top 20 in Apple Podcasts. I'm so excited you guys are listening. It's because of you guys that it is so successful.
Jason, might I ask, who's your guest this week?
Well, our guest this week, we have a guest who happens, I dropped the episode today because it's Below Deck night. It's Anchor Watch night. So we have Captain Sean with us tonight.
All right, Sean, you were just telling us, where are you right now? Because you're actually somewhere pretty exciting.
I am in Fort Lauderdale for the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show.
Which is like down here, it's like one of the biggest events in South Florida. Everyone's talking about Halloween. All I'm focused on is that show that I get to go to this week.
Yeah,
are you going to not only is it Fort Lauderdale Boat Show and Halloween, if I dress up like a pirate for the boat show, I mean, I can get double duty there. I mean, it's a win-win.
I mean,
hey, any way to get all that booty, right?
I'm all about the booty.
Oh man! So wait,
good Lord.
Jason, you're joining Sean at the show, right?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, cool. And we're gonna do a lot of coverage on this. I actually just was with Sean up in New York City less than, I don't know, a few days ago.
It was
on Motor Yacht Hysteria, which we're still putting together some footage from it, which is fantastic. We had the best time. But I did want to say that Sean is on Hot Messy Podcast right now. He is the latest episode that just dropped today. A lot of people are already listening to it. If you want to find out a lot about the yachting industry, how yachting helps the environment, what Sean's Below Deck experience was like, and how it compares to the real yachting industry, and we do reveal, Josh, a show that we are pitching together.
Oh, okay.
All of us right here. It's revealed. So only on the podcast, exclusive on the podcast.
Yeah, so you guys can find out what's been going on. But also, I think it's really cool because your podcast has obviously the Naughty Yachties all know Sean, but your podcast goes out to like a whole other group of people. And so I think it's really cool that because I mean, we know Sean is a raconteur. So I'm sure they are loving hearing about the industry from somebody who doesn't just play it on TV, but actually is a captain.
Well, I mean, on TV, you know, Sean, you know, I don't want to talk for you, but I have to talk for you because I love selling you because I think you're just the best. Like it's not like you're taking, you know, a TV crew and some charter guests, you know, a couple miles offshore. You've been through the Northwest Passage twice. You've done extended long journeys before that are almost unheard of, that not a lot of people do. So it is a very interesting conversation. You guys really have to listen to it. It's fun. It's fun. But Sean, I wanted to ask what do people, and this is something I asked you on the podcast too, but we'll let Anchor Watch have it too. What can people look forward to at the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show this week for those who are going, or for those who have never been to a boat show before?
Well, the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show, I said, there's a lot of different boat shows all over the world, and especially in South Florida. But the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show is the Super Bowl of boat shows. They're, the only one that comes close is maybe Monaco. And Monaco is really geared more towards the mega high end. Just the tickets for the Monaco Boat Show alone, and those are €1,500 a piece just to get in.
Wow.
The Fort Lauderdale Boat Show is like, I have actually no idea how much it's to get in the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show. I've never had to buy a ticket.
I think $39. I think it's $39.
It's $39. There you go.
6-pack of pap.
Yeah. But there's thousands and thousands of boats that are here at the boat show, and not just the mega yachts and super yachts, but really boats for anyone, just like down to kayaks, center consoles, sport fishing boats. It is literally the largest collection of different types of boats on the planet, all coming together, and different types of boaters. You get sailboaters coming together with like the guys that run cigarette boats, and then also you get the vendors. You get everybody from all the different engine manufacturers to naval architects to a shout out to my guys that the two best guys in the industry that design and install dive gear on mega yachts, on crazy dive programs all over the world. Their names are Moondog and Nitrox Bob, and and they are bar none the best.
Hey, Sean,
they're going to be at the boat.
For at the show, is it people trying to sell the yachts? Is it people showing off their yachts? Like what is the main purpose of the show?
The main purpose really is just it is boat manufacturers showing off their latest and greatest boats. It's boat brokers that are bringing their wares to market. Worth Avenue, I think, has and Jason's going to see it, has got one. Yeah, there you go. Has got one of the coolest boats. We got a helicopter. We've got this badass boat called DB9. We got a whole Bond theme going on.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's going to be a pretty cool display. And I drove over the 17th Street Bridge today. Was looking for some the real big boys. There's the Super Yacht Village, which has the ridiculous boats. And Jason, I'll bring you over there on one of the days so we can get on board something ridiculous like when we went on Bold.
That was amazing. Yeah. That's incredible.
Well,
that's incredible. I've
got rain up here in Oregon. So, don't be jealous, boys.
Oh, I'm gonna be in your neck of the woods, Josh, in December. I'm gonna be in Seattle.
Okay, well, we're meeting up. We are gonna meet up.
All right, great.
In December, can I make that? I'll have to ask my boss.
Okay,
maybe I can swing it. Sean, thank you for being a part of Anchor Watch, and thank you for being here for a year.
Well, thank you.
Literally
thank
a year.
You guys too. No, just I can't say that I'll tell you guys what I might be able to get you on board if we do that, and it is ridiculous. Oh, we'll save that. But that's
okay.
It's too cool. I'll tell you afterwards, and that's something I've been working on for 6 months. But
Sean, if you're not captaining an aircraft carrier, I'm going to be wildly disappointed.
It's better. Whoa. It's better. And I don't even think I've talked to you. I haven't even talked to you about this. Anyway, later on, we'll save that as a surprise. But yeah.
Well, I'm super excited. As you know, we had a great time at Motor Yacht Hysteria. seeing that come back from the Arctic and you showing us this yacht, which if anyone follows me on Instagram, I was all about that last week. Guys, hit the like button if you haven't done so already, and go check out Sean's episode. I'm just gonna play a really quick clip.
Not right now though. Wait till this is over.
Wait till after this, then go check out the podcast. It's gonna be there for a long time. That's the great thing about podcasting
also, Jason, Sean always posts like a lot of cool photos and videos when he's on his adventures. Sean, shout out your social media stuff so people can follow you.
It's Excitement Factory on Instagram, and on Facebook it's just my name. Though I haven't been posting a lot on Facebook. But pretty much all the content has been on Excitement Factory.
Yeah, you and the rest of the world. Facebook is.
Yeah, but you gotta follow Sean because he puts a lot of stuff on his stories, and so it feels like you're with him like live as he's going along. And then stories only last 24 hours, so it's like follow him because as soon as Sean's on an adventure, he like takes you from the airport all the way till he's back home. So
yeah,
it's fun. I love it. It's awesome.
Well, the one I don't think I posted. It was like when I was on the jet ski. And going through the ice field, and that whale came up next to me, and I was like, geez, Anyway, that was pretty cool.
I mean, there's not many places you can see that online. There are a lot of content creators you have in Florida that like show us sharks and shit in the water, but when you're up in like
Jason will show you his makeup routine, but Sean's taking you out and seeing some amazing sights.
Sean, we'll let you go, but I just want to say thank you for calling in tonight. Thank you for being a part of Anchor Watch.
Hey.
And I can't wait. We can't wait to see you this week.
I know it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. Hey, Tess, thank you very much. I saw that the first thing was like hashtag Team Sean and and Mocha. I talked to you on Instagram. It's good to see you guys and everyone else too. It's like it's good. Like you guys have been here for a solid year, and it's really good that you're loyal. I think it's a special show and. It's good to see that the core group of people that have been here from the beginning are still here. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the show. You guys, Jason, I'll text you, and then to get your reaction.
Of what you were talking about?
Yeah. It's too cool. It's too.
Oh, I thought I was going to show you something.
I can't wait. We're so excited to come down. I'm going to see you like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Well, the rest of the week. But Sean, thank you. We appreciate you and you're always such a delight. And thank you so much for doing the podcast. We appreciate
it.
Yeah, thanks for being a good buddy.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
We'll
love you, Sean. Have a good night.
We'll see you at the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show.
See you there.
In December.
Bye.
December.
And December, yes.
And December. I thought you said in December. I'm like, no, it's this week, right?
Oh yeah. And then we'll watch the podcast and see what the other thing that we're up to, which is really cool.
Yeah. It's a big deal. That's a big deal. All right. Bye, Sean.
All right. Good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Guys, it was such a great talk. I'm going to play a clip really quick because we're waiting for one more person to come in the room. And we'll just like jump into the recap. We got to talk about Below Deck and BravoCon at the beginning. And guys, I know a lot of you come in just for the recap on YouTube. I will be time stamping the entire video. So you can if you just want to check the recap, you can. It's our 1-year anniversary of Anchor Watch, so we'll be just babbling about pretty much.
I have something exciting to share off the top too. So let's play the clip, Jason, and then we'll come back and we'll chat.
Let's do it.
How was your experience on Below Deck? How does it differ from the actual yachting industry?
Well, the actual yachting industry is way crazier. It's just to some extent. It's way nuttier. A lot of the drama on Below Deck. I don't want to say manufactured because that's not entirely true. I mean, the stuff actually does happen, and the direction from the producers is at least in my experience was minimal. So they kind of just let me do my own thing. The only thing I ever got from them was, could you just say something again because we didn't catch it on the audio. And that was really it. And there's so much that you don't see on the show because they only have 45 minutes or so to kind of tell tell the story of that particular episode. There's so much stuff that you don't see. So, but the stuff that actually happens in the real yachting world is so much more crazier and off the cuff.
That's a really good episode and a really good listen, I promise. And we do reveal a project that Josh and Captain Sean and myself have been working on for a long time. So, guys, let's just jump right in and let's welcome our panel tonight. We have our favorites with us. We have, I'm going to bring you guys up right now just so I'm not surprising anyone. We have Greg in the house. We also have Bailey in the house. And, of course, Natalie, who is in the house. So everyone
My beautiful wife.
I am so excited to gossip with my favorite girls. I got my candle lit. Wine.
We all have wine. It's a wine night for sure.
It's a wine night for sure. Happy anniversary, you two love bugs.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
crazy. I can't believe it's been a year.
Yeah, well, I'm here to announce my retirement.
Bye, girl.
Well, listen, I've done it. My two favorite captains from Below Deck, Captain Sean, of course, where I get to be friends with him and work on projects with him. And then today, as of today, Captain Sandy tweeted at me and followed me. And so I've done it, guys. I've achieved what I set out to do. I'm going to just turn off my camera now. Love you all. See you later.
Among greatness.
Candle and I'm well, yes, absolutely. So guys, I want to talk a little bit about BravoCon and a little bit about what's happening on Below Deck. Okay. We discussed the podcast, we discussed the Fort Lauderdale boat show. We had a big announcement at BravoCon for season 10 of Below Deck, the original series, that Frasier from season 9 is going to be the first gay chief stew. So he's coming in hot next season. I also found out that Chef Dave is not returning to Below Deck Med, and neither is Natasha, which is probably a good thing to a lot of people. And then when Kyle got hurt, I thought they were bringing in a different stew because we have seen pictures of Toomey from Below Deck Down Under and Kyle together filming in the Med. So I know that I think next season, I'm predicting that Toomey is going to be the chief stew of Below Deck Med. That's my prediction. And I really don't know. Usually I get the inside or the little inside information, but I don't at all. But I'm excited. It makes me excited to see Frasier, who we watched on the worst season of Below Deck, season 9, actually come back for a redemption season, even though it wasn't his issue that the season was so bad, right? And then we also have heard that Captain Lee kind of has a health scare mid-season, and potentially Captain Sandy will come to replace him. Crazy Below Deck stuff.
What?
Like, it's becoming like Housewives.
Yes.
They are bringing their husbands and wives on the yacht with them next season. So it's even crazier. No, I think I've been thinking a lot about this because it does seem like Captain Lee is kind of like done. He's looking to retire out, and he is getting older. We all get older, right? And so I don't know, the more I think about it, the more like Captain Sandy this season kind of showed to me she's ready to take the helm of the biggest franchise. But that also means we're going to be opening up a spot for another captain, unless she does both. I can't imagine she'll do two. That's a lot in 1 year's time, but who knows? I mean, maybe for a little bit she will hop back and forth filming. And then, we'll have possibly a new captain spot come up. So that would be kind of cool too.
At one point, Andy Cohen said, when we start, and I don't know if this is true with Below Deck, but when we start mixing and matching housewives from different cities, and we have one housewives from Beverly Hills who's just going to OC, and one from OC who's going to Beverly Hills next season. When we start doing that, then we're in trouble. But I don't know if they're actually in trouble. I think that this might be interesting to mix and match the casts of Below Deck, because they all have a skill set that they can use on any yacht at any different time in the world, and to put different crews with different captains really interests me. at this point.
Well, and I think it's reflected in the show. Like they talk about how, I mean, it is a small industry, and they do all hop around and work. You know, it's a gig thing, so it's where you can get your next gig. And so I do think it makes sense that like we see some of the people from the Below Deck stable popping up in different franchises, and that's I think that's what the industry is. So I think that would just merely reflect what the industry is like. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you want to see that?
Oh, 100%. I want to take like I mean, all the most dramatic people like Ashley, and I want to put
Not Ashley. Not
Dave.
Ashley.
I want to put them all in the same boat. That's actually what I want to see, the most dramatic people, and just like see how people charters go.
Just call it Below Deck Purgatory.
Yeah, or Below Deck rough seas.
I do want to really quick. Below Deck is getting picked up. It's actually already filmed season 2, and they played clips at BravoCon. So they've already filmed season 2. I believe Below Deck Med has already filmed its next season, and we're not even done with this one, which is crazy. And I do want to thank a lot of people for donating tonight. Elaine, thank you for donating. Sorry, it doesn't show up on our one chat. I have to look on YouTube. Joe the Skier, thank you for your donation. Murray, thank you for your donation. And hi, Murray, we miss you. Anonymous, thank you so much for donating. We are donating to the Red Cross tonight. Everything that comes in tonight is for the American Red Cross and goes to support all the victims, or not victims, but people who have been kind of affected by the Hurricane Ian, who are rebuilding their homes right now on the west coast of Florida. So that's very important. I have a question. Let's get into this recap of episode 17. Okay, let's get into this recap. I have a question for everyone here.
Okay.
Ready.
Do you remember any of the two names I'm about to drop on you? Reagan and Jason.
Reagan.
Oh, it kind of feels like light years away, but yes, I know them and know
Okay.
them.
What about them?
What about them? Yeah.
I mean, it feels like a lifetime ago. Like, I can't even remember the last time we got to see Reagan.
Yeah.
I can. I think it was episode 2.
Yeah, didn't she?
It was 1.5.
She was gone like episode 2, 2 or 3 or something. But
That's right. That was this season, wasn't it?
what a
This
doozy.
season. 17 episodes in already.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's
It's like, what the
wild.
hell is going on?
I think Storm's killing it too. Like, I mean, obviously there's been a couple of hiccups, but I mean, overall, I kind of like what went down.
So do I. I do have to say, I did a poll in the live chat, and I asked who is the season's MVP, because a lot of people have come around to Sandy, right? There was this whole backlash of Sandy, and then Josh, you and I talked about it, and we're like, we don't really get it, so but she's really come around. It's like she listened to the audience. She wasn't micromanaging. She came up as a leader. She always had great things advice and stuff to offer her crew. But I really felt like, and so did you guys, because 39% was the most, gave Courtney the MVP of the season. And I think she really did step up to be a deckhand. For someone who is from the interior to come into this crew and step up the way she did, I think it was pretty remarkable. But if I could ask, we'll go around. We'll start with Josh, Greg, Natalie, Bailey. Who is your MVP of this season?
It's tough because a lot of it too, you want to think of their high points and their low points, and sometimes they get a bad mark for whatever. But I would say if you step back and more from the outside and not looking at the personal stuff, I think the MVP of the season, you kind of have to give it to Storm, because here's a captain who had a really bad bosun at the top of the whole charter season, and fortunately had someone that could step up and fill that role. And he's done it well. And so I would have to say, if we're going with that, we're putting aside fighting and bickering and all the little drama and stuff, I do think I would have to give the MVP to him. And I think you would be hard pressed to make a case against that. So good luck to the full.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Greg, who do you think?
I don't know if I was supposed to click the vote thing, but I did. And I voted
No, of
for
course
Captain.
you are. Yeah.
Yeah, we all
So
vote.
did I.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I voted for Captain Sandy, but it was a debate in my head. And I have a friend that's watching that she was over today and we were talking about it, and she said I need to go back a few seasons and really check out Captain Sandy on other seasons, because apparently there's been a bit of a character arc, if you will. So from what
Interesting.
I have seen, I really like Captain Sandy. I like how she's run the ship. I like how she's handled situations. I like the direct approach she takes to conflict resolution. We've talked about her being a leader. I think it's great. But can you really like give MVP to the coach? You know what I mean?
No, and that's why I'm correct.
It's a very fair statement. Natalie, I'm very curious
I'll
to see
give
what
you
you
that.
have to say.
I did not. Without hesitation, I selected Kyle because
Okay.
he has been the most enjoyable
For sure.
member. I don't even know what to say. Yeah, I've just enjoyed him the most. So, to me, he's the MVP.
He has an enjoyable member.
I mean, listen, I've heard the streets are saying,
Pass-
or what do they
pass
say?
number?
say?
What am I saying? Yeah.
Word on the street.
The word on the street. Thank you. I'm
The
so
street.
not-
What are they saying?
They're saying that Kyle will be back next season,
Oh,
and
good.
I
Of
think
course
maybe
he
with
will.
Toomey. So I mean,
Good.
listen, some
Delight.
people just being at BravoCon, and I'm going to go through some of the comments too. Angelique, thank you so much for your donation for the American Red Cross. We appreciate it. There are different tiers of people. Like the captains are the big stars, right? Then you have some chefs who are like great. Like we have Chef Rachel, you had Chef Ben, and then you have like the star chief stews that are really hard to get away from, like Hannah and Kate Chastain. But the rest are pretty, replaceable, right? But when you have good TV or good stews like Toomey or Aisha on Below Deck Down Under, or Kyle, who's great television, you have to keep them around and then build people around them. That's how I feel anyway. But Bailey,
Yeah, I mean, he gives good TV. You can't deny it.
this is very true. This is very true. And those first few charters, he really made pretty amazing.
Look, he immediately had a bestie. He immediately had a frenemy. And he has good rapport with the guests. He's just a great watch.
You just
I
made
approve.
reality TV gold.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that
Keep
is.
him around. 10-year contract.
Yeah, he's on the injured reserve right now to stay in that sport lane. If we're talking about
Bailey,
MVPs.
what do you think? Who is your MVP?
Yeah. Okay, Courtney, 100%. I'm jumping on that bandwagon. We also have to remind ourselves that she used to be interior, and she was like, "Nah, I'm not doing this." And now she has showed the heck up, and she is such a boss.
Respect.
My second person now, Z. Z is
Okay.
such a light. He's so lovely. Like he was bummed out, but like how he handled it was so darling, and I think he deserves the purple participation ribbon.
I mean, listen, I did his reaction.
Now we're
to
giving
not-
out participation awards.
No.
They already get tipped, Bailey. No participation awards.
No,
I mean,
that's
listen,
a
the way
trigger
he
word for
handled
Josh.
that whole-
Ruined a generation of
That
children.
is a
We're not
trigger
doing
word, as is trigger word.
I think he handled that situation really well. But I do have to say, like, even just this episode where, I know we haven't really gotten totally into the recap yet, but when she is out with our charter guests who haven't really left dock at all and taking them to do water sports, and the anchor gets tied around or brings up this like pipe, she's able to take a lot of people in her ear, because all of these charter guests were like boat people or charter brokers. They know how boats and yachts work. And here she is driving this tender, trying to figure out what to do, listening to all of the feedback, and then trying to make a decision on how to handle it. And I thought she did such a great job that, in my opinion, I have to give Courtney the MVP, because she's learned to drive a tender well. She has stepped up where people have not stepped up. And Josh, like you said, you can't give the coach the MVP, really, even though Captain Sandy has done a 180 for me. Like I love her.
I disproved my own
wonder-
point.
okay.
Dang it.
Let's do a thought experiment.
Okay. I love
What?
this.
What would that pipe being stuck on the anchor experience have been like if it was Z? Because he was the one that was not promoted. How would he have handled it? The same? Better? Worse?
I think he would have jumped in the water and just broke the pipe with his hand.
And it was a big pipe.
Yeah, he probably would have bent it into a pretzel and then like took it and flicked it to the moon, kind of like Popeye.
Yeah.
No, I think let's not forget the MVP of the pipe problem was the charter guest who told her flip the boat and reverse it
Reed.
and it'll pop off.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
I get that too.
Yeah.
I
No, it
felt
wasn't Reed.
like
It wasn't Reed. It wasn't Reed.
No, it was a guest.
He
It
had
was
the
like
Missy Elliott solution.
you
Yeah.
had two people jump in the water. You had Z and Reed in the water. So she, people, they did have help. They had eyes on the issue. So Brian says, hot take, Chef Dave is the MVP. He's an emotional mess, but all charters rely on bespoke meals. And he has delivered every episode, no matter what is happening with Natasha. And I don't want to hear about Dave and Natasha ever again. And I say that every week, and we keep hearing about it again. And this is
That's been the through
becoming a
line.
mistake on the producers at this point.
Yeah. Although this last episode, did he do a great job? I mean, they did not like fish, first of all. He really leaned into fish, and they were like, we don't like fish. Granted, it was their
wasn't on their
fault.
sheet though, right? It wasn't on their sheet. That was
It wasn't on their sheet. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be
But
on
he's
your
got to
sheet.
know. I mean, how many yacht charters has he been a chef for? That not everybody likes fish, and a lot of dudes like meat. Like they want steak or beef, or they're not gonna want fish. It's very particular. Granted, they're on the Mediterranean. He's
You know what? A lot of dudes like meat, and I'm okay with that.
I mean, let's check in
You
with
know what I mean?
Jason.
Love red meat. I love chicken. I love
Greg, you may have an opinion.
Greg, what is
I
your
thought that
you
fish
dabbled
was
in
on-
meats
on
right?
meat.
I thought that fish looked amazing. I would have been all over that.
Okay.
And it was
I didn't
the, it was
I
the
mean,
girls. It was the girls that had an issue with the fish. It was
Yeah.
the girls. The guys
Yeah,
were like,
yes.
game on.
I'm just speaking in generalities. Like,
Yeah.
you
I think
would
a lot of
Yeah.
guys dabble in meats like in college.
Hmm.
So
Listen,
would-
I do
I
have
don't
to
know.
say, I argue with Adam back and forth all the time, because if I wanted to go on a yacht and I wanted to charter a yacht for here, let's check these prices really quick. How much is Motor Yacht Home? Oof, that's an expensive
Whoa.
yacht to charter. Okay, for a week, but I mean they do it for a few days, right? So minus that. But if there was a great chef on board, I would just be like, I like these things. Just do you.
Yes,
Don't even worry about
exactly.
me, and I would do that. However, Adam
Exactly.
feels like he always tells me, he's like, no, I want this and this and this, and I want it prepared the way I want it prepared. And it needs to be done the way I want. And I don't know. Sometimes when you go to a restaurant, you just want the chef to make something
yeah.
that they're
But
good at
Adam
making.
wants a steak in an air fryer. Let the kid have it.
And let him he wants some
I-
chicken fingers and some fries.
If it's like a once in a lifetime experience, like I'm going on this boat one time, or I'm going to that restaurant one time, I want to get like the best thing that person makes or does.
Yeah.
Now, if it's
100%.
like, if it's like my local, bar or local restaurant, I'll be a little bit more particular. I know my thing. I like don't go off script, etc. But I don't know. I think I would just basically, to your point, I'd say, here's the stuff I like, here's the stuff I don't, and I'll just be pleased with it, because it's going to be good. And the fact that they said that they didn't like fish and then they started eating it and did says something.
And liked it. So I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes you don't think you like fish, and then it's presented to you in
Exactly.
a very
You're right.
nice
He did
way,
like
right?
it.
And
So I mean,
I'll back off, Dave. This time.
that's
let's
what
talk
college
about
is
this
for.
situation really quick. I mean, I didn't expect Kyle to go out like this, and I don't know if he is completely out, because Captain Sandy at the end said, Kyle isn't fired. He's still going to be on shore. Guys, by the way, 115 in the room. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already, because that is our tip tonight. Or you can go ahead and donate to the American Red Cross, which we are taking all donations tonight. And thank you, Exotic Dogs, for your donation. We appreciate it. Kyle falling and going out like this is not something I saw coming. I thought that was almost a joke in the preview, but
Yeah.
we have 2 charters left. Now we have to bring someone else in. I don't think we're going to see Kyle for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll have him like at the shore greeting guests, like just so he's doing something like, hey, and then like help them like usher them on or something. But Yeah, and I mean, I know he felt bad. And he's like, I don't want to be replaced, but also the team was hurting so badly. Like,
100%.
unfortunately, they needed to replace him. Like, they just the girls weren't sleeping; they were working 24 hours plus, literally. And so
While he was hurt, yeah.
and it's unfortunate, but that's where you be a good team player and go, take me out of the game, coach. A lot of coach talk this episode.
Yeah.
Heavy on the coach.
It was the right call, clearly. Yeah. She wouldn't have made it if she thought she could hang.
The girls killed it though. They were
Yeah.
like sweeping up and smiling and like, I don't know. Maybe she deserves the MVP, Natalia. 'cause she was,
I mean,
smiling.
do you know what I keep thinking? I keep thinking because we know Natasha is not coming back. You know, she didn't like her edit from this season, which we've talked about before, and Sean kind of talks about it on the podcast as well. There's not too much editing. There's not a lot of manufactured things that go into it. It's kind of what you give the camera. This isn't like Vanderpump Rules or The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, where it's all like pre-manufactured and they have time to plan and think of things and ways to like take each other out. You have 6 weeks on this yacht, you know, so those 6 weeks were full of your boyfriend that you were WhatsApping, Chef Dave, all of this other crap. But what if we had Toomey? And I don't know if all of you are aware of who Toomey is from Below Deck Down Under. Maybe you are. What if we had Toomey as the chief stew next season, Kyle as the second stew, and maybe bring back Natalia also as the second stew again? Would that be a good interior crew?
I would love that. I would love to see that. 100%.
Into it.
Yeah. I don't think anyone would fight for that one. I think that's a good one.
Solid. Keep Natalia punching up.
Now it's like
Well, guys, I want to know what you guys think in the
fantasy
comments
football
below
draft.
for next year's interior crew on Med. Okay.
Fantasy Below Deck.
I
draft.
just I hate to bring this up now, but I just realized that this isn't a black tie event like Josh told me it was, and I need to go off camera for a little bit because I just want to change to get comfortable.
I mean, yes. Listen, it's an anniversary, but you know.
Wait, are you but if you want, Kendra just asked if you stand up and just slowly remove your jacket and tie. I don't know what that means.
No, I'm sweating. This is
I was
not,
actually hoping you had
not
one of those
conducive.
tie
It's
t-shirts
uncomfortable.
on.
And this clip-on needs to come off.
And what about the tie?
No one wears clip-ons anymore. Like, even straight guys don't wear clip-ons. Let's really.
Unless you're under the age of 4, you should not
Then
be
it's
wearing
acceptable.
a clip-on.
It's
That
acceptable.
feels so much better.
Guys, next week, this is interesting. We're going to have Reed is calling in to start off our show next week, so we can ask him some questions. We'll only have him on for like 5 or 10 minutes to kind of get us going, but I'm really interested to see his perspective on the yachting industry and his background, because I thought he was a great addition to what we, have seen before. Like Reagan was not she was not a bosun. We had Storm. Then we had to get rid of Jason. And then Reed comes in, and Reed tries to offer solutions. Whether they're taken is a different story. When like last episode, when Kyle and Natalia were fighting, he'd be like, "Hey, Kyle. Oh no, Natalia, don't say that." And they were like, "Can you just be quiet? Like, we have no time for you. We want this moment to argue." But I feel like it was a great addition and brought a little change to the cast that we needed for the rest of the season.
I want to shout him out too, because he obviously made a mistake when he said the narcissist comment, and Courtney was very, very upset. But he backed it up very quickly and was so apologetic. So I think he deserves a little. I don't want to say participation ribbon again and get burned. He deserves a gold star, because that was really sweet, and you can tell it was super genuine too. He was looking out for her.
I'm interested too in hearing about like where what kind of got him, because he grew up in the Midwest, right? Wasn't that his thing? So
yeah,
Alabama boy.
Yeah, so it's not like me, California, grew up Southern California on the beaches and stuff, but it's like, oh well, I always look out there and think I want to get on a boat, or like I'm sure it's an interesting journey from Alabama to the yachts.
Is Alabama the yachting capital of the world?
What is that?
Yeah, of course it is.
Is that the yachting capital?
They
of the
do
world?
have Alabama shores are no joke. Those are some of the prettiest shores I've actually seen. And I know that sounds funny, but it's really nice down there.
Wow.
Up there. Where am I? Yeah, up there.
Over there.
Over there.
You
Yeah.
can say it,
Over
yeah.
there.
Over there.
Yeah.
Shan, hi, by the way. I've been
Shan is
gone the
here.
whole season, and second I walk in, Greg is talking about stripping. I see nothing has changed. This is true. This is 1 year in Anchor Watch. So
No.
love y'all. Can't wait to until you do a season without Sandy. I'll be back. Shan, she has listen.
Shan,
I
she's-
understand,
a lot
and
of
I kind of
people-
understand, but
A lot of people though have been won over by Captain Sandy. Shan, I think you gotta give her a chance. She's actually like really well liked right now, and I think our chat is a pretty good litmus test. We are like have some of the most devout watchers and stuff, and a lot of people have cozied up to her.
well, you will get a chance to hear from Captain Sandy. She will be on our podcast in 2 weeks with her partner, Leah Ray. They are actually starting their own podcast, which is fantastic. And I really can't wait to have them on. I can't wait to talk to them because meeting both of them at BravoCon, really, they're fantastic. They're fantastic. And Adam got to talk to them more. And I'm kind of jealous because Captain Sandy was the only person I really wanted to spend time with.
Well, what about Kyle? You hung out with Kyle.
I hung out with Kyle. I did hang out. I don't have a picture of it, but we hung out with Kyle at the Below Deck party. You guys have to check it out tomorrow on the Hot Messy Podcast YouTube, which is all in the description below. All of the links are in the description below. We are actually recapping the entire behind the scenes with a whole bunch of behind the scenes footage, photos. You guys have to check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. So head over there. It's at 12 p.m. tomorrow. We'll be in the live chat. And this is an episode we recorded just last week when we got back from BravoCon. And it is full of tea and spoilers. And then we added a lot of footage and video and stuff like that. So I'm excited.
So Jason, we've been touching on a lot of stuff in the episode. I have a suggestion. I think you should drop the link for people to call in because this is our 1 year anniversary. We need to hear from some of our friends, and they can bring up stuff from the episode too if there's anything that we missed that they want to chat about. But this is the 1 year anniversary, so we're like, it's half business, half work, or half play, half work, guys. So like,
really a lot of play.
We also
That's how we do it around here.
Yeah,
Yes,
Shan, I do see that too. I acknowledge her change, but I still don't enjoy her. I understand that too.
We will allow it, Shan.
We'll allow it. You're allowed to have an opinion.
Actually, Shan, you should call in. Let's go at it. Let's go at it live on the air.
So I take it Shan did not vote for Sandy on the MVP award.
I don't think so. Maybe.
Okay.
This Marianne, I have this question too, and this is something that I hope to ask in the podcast: is when is the restaurant in Jacksonville opening? It was supposed to open last year, but because of the pandemic and everything, I'm not sure where that stands. Jacksonville Florida is going through like a whole big like change. It's a big yachting destination as well. So interesting to see how that will happen. Okay, so Kyle is gone. Not on the ship. I don't know who this new Stu is going to be, but I'm really excited. Apparently she comes on the boat with heels.
Which I love.
And long hair. And long brown curly hair. A lot of hair.
Everything I
Love
wish
her
I could
already.
be.
Yes, I love her. She sounds like glam queen, and I'm here
A
for
lot
it.
of hair.
Did you notice, and I wanted to ask Captain Sean about this because a lot of the crew members do have training in a lot of like first aid and stuff like that. But it was so interesting to watch Natasha, Natalia, Storm all jump in and kind of like know what it happened very fast. You know, they know what to do because you have to be trained in first aid. You have to be trained in I feel like when you're a deckhand, you have to be trained in like fire safety and stuff like that too.
Well,
Yep.
a certain amount of members have to on the boat. I remember Sean was saying like, if you and I do this thing with him, he wants us to both go through the fire training, which I'm like, okay, we'll go through the fire training. But I do have to say though, I think Jason, I think you're giving a little too much credit for the first aid thing. Cause like really their first aid was get an ice pack. So
Blanket.
it wasn't like they were like pulling out and like setting up a splint and stuff. They were slapping an ice pack and pulling his socks off while he was.
I mean, yeah, like we did this at the circus all the time. Yeah.
Was it Natalia that got there first or Natasha? I think it was Natalia,
I don't think
right?
Natalia wanted to get there first, but she got
But
there
she did.
first.
And
Yeah.
as a first responder, the first person that gets there, unless they're outranked by someone else, like medically, they're the ones that is they are in charge of like giving everyone direction. So she did do a good job of like delegating and saying like, go do this, go do that, and making sure that like everyone has a role to help, so not people aren't just standing around or all like.
Do you think that
it.
Natalia did a better job at playing first aid than Reed did throwing a frat party?
His frat party was not great. I will say. I want
Hey,
to.
he put a poll up though, and what's the first thing that happened? Like moths to a flame. Them girls just jumped on the pole.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, I would have been the first on. I would have been the first on.
Oh yeah, you would.
All right, let's bring up
some Jason's hand coming in, pushing the girl.
Natalie, did you just say yes? You would have. You know me. This is crazy.
You'd be doing the splits upside down on the pole, of course.
Maybe like 7 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. Let's bring up some callers. We have Kendra, Norma, Shan, Elaine. We have a lot of people in the room, so let's bring up some callers one by one. I'm going to start with Shan because she was the first, and then I got you, Norma, and Kendra, and Elaine. This is going to be fun. All right, guys.
A lot of fun.
Hi, Shan.
Shan, you're wrong. You got to give Captain Sandy a chance.
Yeah, cut her video. Cut her video.
Captain,
come at me, bro.
Hey, buddy, it's good to see you. It's good
you guys too. Happy 1 year to you.
Yeah.
Happy 1 year.
Yeah, go guys.
Hey, Bailey, I love your new mic. By the way, you sound crisp.
Do I? I don't even know. I was sounding not so good the last time.
Now you're getting excited.
Damn it. Okay. I'll step back. It's good to see you. Okay.
Oh my god, it sounds so good though, y'all. She sounds good, right? Everybody in the chat.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay, I was not coming here to fight with Josh. I was coming in to say congratulations and really look how soft Josh is. Like Natalie has it made. He like half of a good season and he's like, oh my god, she's a new woman. She's the best. I can't believe it. He's so forgiving.
Oh my god.
Not coming here
Thanks,
to fight.
Shan. We're gonna have to let you go. We got other people.
Shan, I do have to ask you, what are you thinking about this season compared to, because I know you've watched Below Decks.
No,
you know, you've
Jason,
been here before on Anchor
watching. Do you not hear her? She's not been watching.
Okay. At all?
No. Can I tell you the truth? What's
Yes.
So I come in and out, and as soon as Sandy comes, I turn the channel.
What?
So like when Mr. Stu fell down and we heard the did you guys imitate his fall, by the way? I missed it if you did.
No.
We need a live replay.
Not on this video, but when we watched it, Josh and I did definitely.
Right. Yeah, we were doing
Does anyone
That
remember
wouldn't
when
have
Lisa
been running.
Vanderpump fell at Dancing with the Stars?
No. Did she do the same sound?
Maybe I shouldn't have said that, but yeah, it's the same kind of thing.
or did she do the grape stomp lady, the ow ow ow, ow.
It was more
That's still my
Listen,
favorite
I
sound.
want to say just from my background, straining ligaments are no joke. It can feel like a break. Really. It really
Here we
can.
go, Jason, tell us
I
about
felt
your
his
ligament stories.
Jason, you've like done flips and stuff. I played basketball. Anytime I like roll my ankle even close to it now, I just fall to the ground. I don't even like try to bounce back up.
No, when I
Because-
wake up in
you've
the middle of
been
the night to go to the
watching-
bathroom, I fall to the ground. I'm like, ah.
And you
I was
just-
like, can you go to the bathroom and come back to bed? I'm like, okay, sorry. I didn't mean
It
to wake
sounds
you
like
up.
we're all watching too much English Premier Soccer. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
dive. But yeah, I have been watching In and Out. Okay, fine. I acknowledge that she takes criticism well and she is working with the feedback. Yay. But yeah, let's see another season or two.
No, you know what's funny though, Shan? In all seriousness, I feel like you're doing yourself a disservice by not watching the season, because one of the things that she's done better is she's actually not in a lot of the episodes.
I
Like,
know.
barely
I
see
do
her.
notice
And
that.
So if you're not a big fan of her, this is actually a great time to start watching Mediterranean, because it does focus more on the crew, and the crew has been, for the most part, pretty interesting. Like
They're
we've
not
had some good episodes.
She's not getting my click. She's not getting it. But-
You know what I
Not
want to
getting
I
your
want to
what?
see how season 10 will play out of Below Deck. I want to see if it's true that Captain Sandy will come in to kind of save the day. For Captain Lee, because
Here's really part of why I called in. I wanted to know what your thoughts were on that panel that they did, all the captains. I thought you could still see the old Sandy there, and I wondered, what was Lee hiding?
I don't know.
Did you
I
feel
don't
that there
know.
was something behind those sunglasses and bright running shoes? There was something.
Was it
But
Don't
really
tell me.
Captain Lee?
How could you miss the sunglasses and the running shoes? Y'all saw. Oh, sorry, you guys are American.
I do have to say Captain Lee
Sneakers.
was, he wasn't walking around. He was escorted with a like a golf cart kind of thing. I mean, here we call it a golf cart. I don't know what they call it in the convention center. But he was met with a lot of cheers, like a lot. So he was very adored. But yeah, I don't know how this is going to play out. I am excited for Frasier. I'm hopeful because we're going to St. Lucia and it's not St. Kitts, which I do like St. Kitts, but I feel like St. Lucia is going to offer a little more exoticism of like the Caribbean, stuff like that.
Exactly.
So
Pirates.
we shall see. I wonder what boat they're going to use, what ship they're going to use. Because my Santa's
more
gone.
water.
Yes, especially the time of year they filmed.
Oh my gosh, that was frustrating. This episode.
So frustrating. Well,
I
I'm
can't
gonna
leave
leave
the dock.
Yeah, and like I'm not even on there. I'm frustrated, and then to hear them just talk about it over and over again, and like they invite Captain Sandy to breakfast purely like as soon as they're like, "Can we have Captain Sandy come to breakfast?" I'm like, they're gonna complain about the fact that they're docked.
Of course. And let me
Yes,
let me
so I'm
show
really
you
missing out. Okay.
just why they're complaining about not getting off the dock.
I get it.
But you know what? That's like booking. Never mind. I'm gonna let your other callers up. Congratulations, you guys
Hey
are awesome.
Shan, take care.
I
Nice
always
to
come
see
in.
you.
Good to see you,
Good to see you.
Shan.
Bye.
Bye, babe.
All right, let's bring up. Oh, we have a surprise for Greg. This is hi Kendra.
Kendra is here.
I'm just gonna mute myself and
So
let
this is
love
the
happen.
first time Kendra has called in. Is this because of
Welcome to the show.
Hi, Gregory.
Look at this snack attack. How's your night going?
My night is going so good. I'm enjoying this. I just want to say happy 1 year anniversary.
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you.
And thanks
Yes.
for always being here, Kendra. It's so fun to have you in the chat.
Of course. I enjoy you guys. Like usually when y'all are on, it's like I'm getting off of work, so I get to unwind and everything like that. So
Aww.
Great. We unwind with you. It's so funny because Adam's always like, I don't know how you're going live at 11 p.m. And I'm like, it's actually really fun because I'm the only one awake in this house. And I get to hang out with people who are also awake. So
I forget that you're like 3 hours later sometimes with the energy that you bring. So
yeah, but I love nighttime,
yeah.
I
Well,
love
Kendra,
nighttime.
I have to say, I appreciate you being in our chat. You make me laugh. I love when you start commenting on Greg. And as a thank you, I'm just going to read his phone number out loud. So if everyone can...
Believe it or not, Greg actually is following me on Instagram. So
Slide in those DMs.
Slide.
Yeah.
Kendra's one of my 50 followers. So
There we go.
What does she get?
Yeah.
What's the prize for being number 50?
Yeah.
she got to come on the show tonight.
Yay.
What's it on Instagram? The vanish mode or whatever. You get an hour of vanish mode with Greg.
Is that like OnlyFans? What is that?
No, have you ever accidentally like in chat you'll like flick it and it'll go like you're in vanish mode
I
or whatever
accidentally
it's
flick
called.
it all the time.
This is
Got
what
it.
they've been doing on the yacht the whole time. Vanish mode. And we really
Yeah.
wished only they would vanish.
Yeah, I wish Greg and Kendra's on again, off again relationship wouldn't bring so much drama to our show all year long. But
Kendra, who's your favorite on the cast so far on the show?
Greg.
Natalia, like I really love this episode. She really stepped up. I know I experienced like having to go in there and when it comes to somebody choking me for a nursery, how to save like one of my clients and I was doing group homes. So she definitely did us a good proud job. And I was impressed.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, I think she did a good job.
To the plate on this one for sure. She's a little spicy and a little dramatic, but we love
But
her.
it's great television, and I love her reactions. I love her banter with Kyle. Even though when it goes a little
Yes.
too much, you like want them to be friends, and you know they kind of are, but they have to go through this like attitude phase of if they have to,
Yes.
say something to each other and prove something to each other. And I really, really enjoyed both of them. So I hope they're both back next year.
And the other thing too is I like, and Kendra, tell me if you're the same, but like one of the things that I really like is she is really good at her job. So like at the end of the day,
she really is.
Yeah. And so it's almost like she like has earned that freedom to be sassy and complain sometimes, because it's like, well, she's doing her job, guys, so she can say that you're not doing it.
Do you think this crew is a whole lot different from the other crews that we've seen? Because I feel like they're a little bit more experienced, and that's why they probably had a little bit more scene time.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you, Kendra. I think part of like, I forget which one we just watched, but like we have had some seasons where it's like a lot of new people. And that's been one of my complaints is like, it's not as much fun watching nearly a whole crew learn their job together. Yeah. It's nice when there's like one or two new guys and gals that are learning and then some experience. So I think that's part of why I think we're all enjoying this season is for the most part, the crew is, once she got rid of the dead weight, the crew is like, they're worker bees, you know what I mean? Like they get their job done. So
we can focus on the drama.
Exactly.
When Natalia's snitching on them. That was my favorite. And I like that she just fessed up to it in the, confessional anyway. Like, yeah, I snitched.
I love it.
And I also love that Captain Sandy was a little bit more human this season. So I mean
180, right? I mean, I do understand. I do understand what Shan is saying. I have to, because I did have the same kind of, thoughts before, but at the same time, I understand where she was back then. But this season, she's not like that. She is offering a lot of advice and like leadership, and then she stays out of it when she doesn't need to be there. But I do see her sometimes listen around the corner and step in when she needs to, but only when she needs to. So I do enjoy that side of her. And I'm glad we're seeing probably who she really is, and instead of who she plays up for TV, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think by her doing that, like, she was my least captain. And that I really like. I mean, Captain Lee has always been up the totem pole for me. It's like one of my favorite captains, and then it's Captain Sun. But Captain Lee can do no wrong in my eyes. I think he took on a lot of the situations that he occurred this current season that he had to deal with. I love the way he handled it. Captain Sunny, yes, totally 360.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Well, Kendra, thank you for calling in. We appreciate you. It's nice to see you and meet you officially. We always see you in the chat.
It was great to meet you, Kendra.
Take care and have a good night. Thank you for joining us every week. We appreciate it.
Yes.
Bye. All right, let's bring up Norma. Hi, Norma.
Hi. The queen is here.
Ladies, have you noticed that I was looking for good lighting and stuff. You notice that we have like regular light, and these men have these after-hour.
I know.
You notice that you three are wearing? You guys are wearing glasses, and we are not, and you guys look gorgeous in your glasses.
Oh, thank you.
This is like a guess who. Oh,
speaking of gorgeous,
Natalie just went Superman.
Kendra is gorgeous. Oh my gosh.
I know.
Did you guys notice that the opening thing, it says Sandy was calling Norma? I'm the Norma.
Really?
Oh, are you staffing the? What? Are you staffing the boat?
I'm staffing Captain Sandy
on the side.
Meow meow.
All right.
And how much is it? How much? What's the going rate on getting staffed these days, Norma?
I'm just look how fast you work too. 36 hours. Norma, I need a stew.
Yeah.
But that wasn't even a
you know what?
talking about.
I couldn't be straighter if I wanted to, because I am D for days. But if I were to dip in the lady pond, sorry, Shan, I find Captain Sandy a little interesting. Maybe her masculinity. Yes. I mean, there's something about her that she's a little grrr.
Can we bring down the lights and explore this a little? Norma, tell me.
Oh, good Lord.
But I think possibly she's calmed down because she's in love. I mean that,
I mean, listen,
it'll tame the beast.
Hey, by the way,
look at that.
I mean, she's gorgeous too. I was like, what? Look at this. I mean, like,
So
Leah
Sandy
owns some spas, but she's also a very talented singer. She sang the national anthem at a few ball games.
Is that where I recognize her from?
Maybe.
She looks so familiar. Who does she look like?
She is.
She kind of looks like oh my gosh, from Family.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay,
Shania Twain.
What the hell?
No,
wait, what the hell? Wait, Family what? Hold on.
I know what you're saying.
Yes.
Sofia Vergara.
Sofia Vergara. She has
Oh,
the
from
Sofia
Family,
Vergara.
Modern Family.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I don't find. I mean, I could appreciate her beauty, but there's something about Sandy that I think
Her masculinity.
Her so I go back to D for days. But
I also think that this podcast is a great idea. Like I think this is a good idea, and I would listen to it too because I really am interested to see what they have to say, especially Leah as a business owner of Hydra Lounge and Sandy being a captain in an industry where there's not a lot of female captains and not a lot of opportunity. So I would love to hear what they do with this.
Two accomplished people talking about things. And what will be interesting is to hear what the subject matter will be. So that way they have the room to actually like kind of showcase their experiences. But yeah, I think we're starting at a good foundation there with both of them.
I'll check it out, but I'm too busy listening to hot, messy topics, podcasts.
Thank you.
I get it.
I
get it.
Got to plug.
Thank you. We have some great guests coming up too, so I'm so excited.
I did not finish the last episode. I'm like midway through. So Kyle leaves.
They have to replace him because the girls are working like way overtime. I think
he hurts his ankle.
Yeah, stand.
Yeah,
I mean on the steps or something.
Go back and watch it when they get Sandy in the room. She goes, Kyle. I mean, the way she said Kyle is like she didn't really. She says, "What now? He had the tooth. He had the this." It's like, Kyle, what is it?
Through it.
Yeah.
How was it to meet?
A little too close on his finger. Yeah,
There was like he was like
delicate.
carrying something with like a bunch of little balls though. Like I wonder if maybe like a marble or two dropped.
You would think he would know how to handle balls without tripping.
There was a lot of them though. There was like
Jason,
jars
how was it to meet him? He seems gorgeous and he's tall.
He's like 10 feet tall. So like he's here, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so nice to meet you. And no, he's great. He's fantastic.
Is he still with his boyfriend?
He is still with his boyfriend, and he's lovely as well. But I think Kyle is like really good TV. And even at BravoCon, the way he was working the room, they gave him a microphone, which he wasn't even supposed to be there, right? So they gave him a microphone, and they had him interview some people and like run around, and he just like stepped up to the challenge. Basically.
I would not be surprised if Kyle gets spun off to where we see him hosting a show or something.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
100%. He has that. He's
got that.
Because he has no refrain. Yeah. He's just going to go right up to people, ask questions, and he knows
Hi,
stuff.
Greg.
Hey, Norma.
So I'm one of your 50 followers.
Oh, God.
I love it.
I think I DM'd Jason, and he put me on that invisible thing.
I think, yeah.
Bitch, be gone.
No, I didn't do that. I think you did that.
I think you were like number 2, Norma. Like the first or second.
Oh, well, I got to come after Kendra. And after seeing her tonight, I think I'm like down to number.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
It's just getting too complicated for me.
But, whenever you want to be shipwrecked. Fuck, my husband's not listening. I'm only kidding. This is what happens when you've been married many years. He's watching the ball game and I'm watching the balls. I mean,
they're on the stairs.
Oh, well, I won't take up any more of your time. Congratulations.
Norma, we love you. Thank you.
The highlight of my week. Sometimes I can't come in because Mama's busy, but I love you all.
We love you.
Hi, Natalie. What?
Oh, I was just going to say we love you. Feel free to drop your OnlyFans link in the chat so people can follow.
Yeah. Do you want to see the one I did with Captain Sandy? When she had me come over in 36 hours.
She
love that.
How we stirred the stew.
I was going to make the stew.
I need a stew.
Yeah, it's not a tossed salad. It's a stew.
Oh,
It takes
wow.
time. It takes
Wow.
time. It's got to marinate.
Norma's bringing the heat. I love it. Love
Talking
you,
about
Norma.
Love you guys.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
bitches.
Bye. Hey, bye everyone.
Bye.
Yeah.
Hey, one more call. Elaine is in the chat. Hi, Elaine.
I don't think it's
Hi,
late
Elaine.
enough.
Hi,
Elaine.
Elaine.
Hi, Natalie.
Hi. Nice to meet ya.
How's it going, girlfriend?
Oh, it's busy as always.
Yeah, I mean, kids. That'll do it.
Like 4.
Oh,
Around.
we've
That
got our
sounded
hands
like
full
an
of-
estimation. Like you're like,
Yeah.
how many are there?
Wait, who are
here?
the ones not with kids here? Is it just me and Bailey?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
So far, I don't know. She's drinking wine, so I guess for a while.
We don't know.
We're on drink
Same,
monitoring
girl.
status
Same.
with Bailey.
I want to say congratulations. I think I'm going to pull an episode. I'm trying to,
Yeah.
But congratulations to you guys. And I miss you guys.
Thank you.
God.
We match.
We
you-
do.
Did you coordinate that?
No,
Yeah, of course. Always.
Oh,
the chest area.
All right, Elaine. Well, thank you so much for calling in.
Yes.
Love you, Elaine.
Love
Thank
you.
And
Thank you so
being with
much.
us
And
every
thanks for
week.
listening to the podcast. We appreciate it.
Oh,
Guys,
questions for you. Be like.
I heard earlier. Yeah. No,
Okay.
you'll find out. You have to listen to the podcast. Listen to the podcast.
My
Bye,
dog was
Elaine.
asleep. Poor thing.
All right, guys. Well, listen, thank you, Mocha, so much. I saw you in the chat, but we lost you. Thanks, guys, for 1 year of Anchor Watch. I can't believe this is actually a thing, which is
Yeah, it's
awesome.
funny,
This
Jason,
is like the
when we
best hangout
first-
ever.
Yeah, when we, obviously, like, I have to say thank you to Adam. Like, he's the one who, of all of us, got started in this, and then he kind of suggested to you and I, hey, you guys should think about doing something, and we hemmed and hawed about what we should do, and then you turned Natalie and I on to Below Deck, and it did
so
remind me. No, but it did. You said, hey, it's gonna remind you of like our life on tour and stuff, and a lot of ways it does, and so it's kind of fun in that way, kind of connecting with those memories and stuff, and then. Yeah, it's been awesome having an excuse for you and I to do something together every week, and gives us a reason to text and
to
chat
bring
more,
Greg and Bailey and
and
Natalie.
then we
And
brought
like,
in
this
Greg
is
and
fun.
Bailey and Natalie. Yeah,
This is
and it's
fun.
been so much fun. And we even covered last season of Survivor together, the Greg and Bailey and Natalie and I, because of doing this. And so
yeah.
And then
I'm waiting for the
course-
next thing you guys do. Like
we're-
I was hoping for Bachelor in Paradise, but
Oh, I'm
That
here
show
for
is
that,
a
Jason.
mess.
yeah, so am I.
That is juicy. that is where the juice is at.
Although they're not all they're not the best looking ones this year.
I know, it's rough.
I don't want to be judgmental, but
Wow.
Also, Dean and
Why
on a
watch
side note,
these
Dean and
things if you're
Kaylin.
not?
Dean and
Wait,
Kaylin.
before you guys go off on this, I was about to say one more thing about this, but I wanted to say, of course, I feel like I've made a bunch of friends this year I would have never made, and we chat with them every week. We're tweeting with them. Like I'm so happy with all the friends I made, and I do honestly feel like I know so many of you, and hopefully you guys feel like you know us more. And I do promise that I will be at one of these live things or something that Adam and Jason like puts on and stuff. I will have an opportunity to like actually hang with you guys because I really want to. But yeah, it's been an awesome year. So just thank you all, and Jason, thank you.
It's been fun. There's not enough talk. Below Deck is the #1 rated show on Bravo. So, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills tops that sometimes, some weeks they top it. But I think there's a lot of interest because it really kind of attaches to some people. That you have the yachting industry, you have the hospitality industry. All of these things are so interesting to people, and it kind of acquires a more diverse crowd, as Housewives is a very like typical crowd, but Below Deck kind of brings a lot of people in. So I think it's a very fun show to watch, and I'm glad we have so many now. Like Below Deck Adventure is coming out in like next week, next Tuesday.
What's
Is it
that?
next Tuesday? Yeah, Below Deck Adventure with Captain Carey,
Oh my
who lives
Wow.
a stone's throw from me, and who I had lunch with, who is phenomenal. I think you're going to
Sweet.
really, really enjoy him. And Below Deck Adventure the concept was written by Captain Sean. So that's something interesting to know.
Oh yeah. Okay. I didn't
So
realize wow.
Yeah. So that will be kind of fun to watch. Below Deck Down Under has already filmed season 2, and that's going to come out. Season 10 of Below Deck comes out November 21st. And then the next season of Below Deck Med has also already been filmed. So it's just people are asking for it constantly. So that's kind of incredible.
Well, what else is incredible is one year of doing this, they like never give us time off. We've taken only a few shows off. They are relentless with the schedule. So, I mean, we are here whether we want to be or not. So there's no rest for the weary. But wow, man, they've got a lot lined up. What the hell are we gonna do? They're gonna have 3 shows overlapping. Sometimes it feels like we're gonna have to figure something out, Jason.
Well, I feel like here's what we have to do though, because we have 2 more charters left and only a few more episodes. I feel like we all have to come back for the finale.
Okay,
Done. So
Is that good with everyone?
I'm in.
And see where we are at the end. We have Reed calling in next week to start us off the show. We have someone else calling in the week after, which I'm not going to say until next week. NBC doesn't like everyone calling in the same show. They don't want us to get like crazy
at one time. They're okay with the same show at one time.
At one time.
So yeah, you got to tune in next week to meet Reed, and then you got to also hear who's coming. And if you haven't hit the like button, guys, it's our 1-year anniversary. We're asking for a good tip.
Just hit the like button.
You guys are great about it anyways. But if you could just reach over and tap the like button, it helps us a lot. So.
And guys, anyone from the replay crew, let us know what your dream interior crew is for next season. And that is with anyone from any franchise, anyone from any season, especially this season, because I really think it's going to be who I think it's going to be. But as we cap this off, I'll start with Bailey. We'll work our way to Natalie and Greg and Josh. But what are we looking forward to the rest of this season?
Oh, okay. Well, Dave started really stirring a pot in the last episode or 2. I thought he was good.
I'm over it.
I'm over it. I'm so over it. But I'm not totally over it.
Oh my god.
He keeps disappointing us. So
but not with his work, that's what's crazy to me. It's just this emotional like kind of baggage that he has. I'm excited to see how he deals with next week's guests. Charter guests.
I mean, no, I'm excited to see the new person join too. I mean, I'm going to miss Kyle, but it sounds like we will be seeing more of him in another season. But it's kind of fun to have a new person join and kind of see their interactions with the crew.
Changes the dynamic.
Yeah.
100%. Natalie?
Yeah, I'm with Bailey. I want to see the new crew member and how they mingle, especially because there's already an interesting dynamic. Well, I guess Kyle's leaving, but yeah, we'll see how she gets along with Natasha and Natalia.
And her heels.
And
extensions.
It's fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic. Greg.
So my theory is that Kyle's going to sneak aboard somehow. Like, there's going to be like antics of some sort, and he's going to like sneak out of the hospital. They're going to have they're going to have like one camera guy that's just been assigned to like go follow him at the hospital, and he's going to come back. And he's just gonna be like, it's gonna be Natalia will wake up with him next to her, and he'll just be like, "Shh, shh, I'm here to help."
Or Kyle's actually a guest. Like he's actually
join the next charter.
Yes. I don't ask Kyle about what's happening on the show, of course, but I feel like the way he's been portraying it on social media and the way he portrayed it on the episode, or the way they made it look, we won't see him again. However, I feel like that is what you do when we do see you again. So maybe we will.
Yeah. It's a strategic play.
Strategic. Josh, I'm so curious on what you're looking forward to the rest of the season.
The new guest, it's always fun to get the new crew member. I do think I am getting tired of Dave. Like, just when I think he's fine, then he fires off text like, "I hate you, bitch," and it's like, dude, calm down. So I'm just done with that. That's a tired old thing, and it's like such a self-destructive thing to watch. So it's like, oh, dude, get it together. But yeah, I think that to me, I guess mostly the new crew member. That's going to be interesting, and then see how they mix with, on their day off, because we're going to see at least one last, kind of party day or whatever.
Yeah.
But I
all that hair.
To see what happens with all that hair. She just looks like what is that from the Addams Family? Just it or whatever.
Cousin It.
Just
in heels.
They always do. They always do like the reverse shot. You don't see any actual features, and they cut to their feet, and it's like, come on, just show the person.
Yeah,
there's a foot guy.
We're not bringing like this
guy?
big star on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they did this to us in Below Deck Sailing. They were like, "Oh, who is this?" You know?
And they're like, "It's Christopher Walken."
It's just Barnaby. It's we get it.
It's just Barnaby. But what if it's a guy in heels?
What if it's Kyle?
Now that is absolutely
What if
I love that.
Kyle's all, look, and my ankles work just fine. He rips off a wig.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm mostly looking forward to. Although I'm curious too, is Below Deck are they using this one opportunity, because we're only going to see her for like 2 episodes. Are they using it as an opportunity to introduce us to someone that's in the Below Deck stable now, that's going to appear on another season or on another franchise?
Possibly. It's crazy to me how they kind of sift through everyone. They really can't find a really good chief stew for Med since Hannah has left. I mean, we've been through a lot now. They haven't had a really strong chief stew on Below Deck. I think Frasier is going to be a stronghold on Below Deck. Really excited for that, by the way. Because remember, every week I would ask, what are you looking forward to next episode? And we were like, this season to be over. I don't feel like this with Med this season. No. I'm like, this is great. Like I could watch a few more episodes. I'm good. As long as I don't have to hear about Natasha and Dave and all their bullshit.
I'm going to speak up for the Natasha and Dave drama and say, we love to hate it. That's what it is. I complain about it too. I was complaining about it when we watched it.
It's
and then
too
I'm like,
relatable.
That's literally what Below Deck is a bunch of drama. So why am I complaining?
If I didn't have to talk about it, I would be fine. I'll say that.
I mean, true. I see that point, though. I do see that point because, that is why we watch. This is what happens on the yachts. When I was up in New York City last week and I went aboard this yacht called Motor Yacht Asteria, one of the girls she knew, one of the stews, knew who Adam was, and she watched him, which was so crazy to me because I was getting a tour of the yacht from Captain Sean, and we were walking past the laundry room, and she was doing the laundry. I'm like, oh, you have the most important job in the yacht, because I saw Natalia all season. I mean, I didn't tell her that. I saw Natalia all season doing the laundry, and she's like, oh my God, I know you. I watch, Adam all the time. And I'm like, well, I want to ask you a question. How is watching Below Deck? How does that compare to your actual job? Like what you do? She's like, it's pretty much the same. Really? We have the same situations. She said that they're a little more, overacted, like vibrant, you would expect from TV. But she's like, yeah, we go through this very similar situations. But I found that very interesting. Yeah. Because Captain Sean in our podcast says that Below Deck is like nothing compares to the real yachting industry. It's crazy. And then you have like from the perspective of a stew being like, yeah, we go through this very similar situations, except those are more heightened for television. It's very interesting.
Right. There's got to be a producer whispering in Dave's ear like, she still loves you.
I don't know I don't know if a producer has to whisper in Dave's ears. I met him. He's a great guy. He lives not far from us. I hope to get together with him soon. I don't know if a producer has to whisper into his ears.
I'd walk over to his house and invite him to dinner. I wouldn't send a text.
No, can you please make me dinner? Please. Because you're talented as hell. And I would love to eat your food.
You should just offer to make him dinner. And then it's like...
That would be bad. It would be French toast or eggs.
Yeah,
those are the only two things I can make.
He's like, "What are you doing? Stop it! Let me just give me that."
Yeah, exactly. That's how you do it. Guys, I want to shout out everyone, to our mods, to anyone who has donated tonight, to our subscribers, to our Anchor Watch crowd, to our Naughty Yachties, our Big Tip Buoys, anyone who shows up every week. We really appreciate it. Especially,
by the way, how much have we raised? I keep seeing the numbers go by.
I think it's $1 million.
It's definitely $1 million. No,
Where's the
it's
number?
about 400.
That's amazing,
tonight,
guys.
which is great.
That's
We
awesome.
really appreciate that, because I'm down here in South Florida. We were really protected during the hurricane. We had a little bubble over West Palm Beach and Fort Lauderdale. The rest of the state got hit really hard. My sister, I think, is still fixing her house in Orlando. So, a lot of people got hit. So we really appreciate that, and all the dollars, every advertising, everything that comes from tonight goes straight to the American Red Cross. So we appreciate it. Guys, I appreciate you. Thank you for jumping on for the past almost year, and we will see you for the finale for sure. We have to do this for the finale.
Yes. Absolutely. Thanks for having us. Honestly, it's so fun to gossip with you girlies. So thank you. I'm so proud of you guys.
Thanks. Hey, girl. Thanks, Bailey. Thanks, Natalie. Thanks, Greg.
Bye,
we will see you all next week.
Thanks,
bye, everyone.
Thanks,
Happy
everyone.
anniversary.